بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والشمس وضحاها والقمر إذا تلاها والنهار إذا جلاها والنهار إذا جلاها والليل إذا يغشاها والسماء وما بناها والأرض وما طحاها ونفس وما سواها فألهمها فجورها وتقواها قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بطغواها إذ انبعث أشقاها قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بطغواها إذ انبعث أشقاها فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها قد أفلح من زكاها قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بطغواها إذ انبعث أشقاها فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها فكذبوه فعقروها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها فكذبوه فعقروها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها ولا يخاف عقباها صدق الله العظيم.
أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم، حياكم الله وكل عام وأنتم بخير. ما شاء الله تبارك الله. اليوم 20 من 9 1446 هجري، وهو الموافق يوم 21 من مارس 2025. ما شاء الله تبارك الله. أهلا وسهلا on this beautiful auspicious يوم الجمعة. And it's the sixth cycle, and it is in our calculations as the soul tribes, firstborn nations of the earth, is the 20. Today is the 25,920 years cycle of the lunar, yani of the lunar yani age end. Okay, today is what we call Eidul This is the Mother Earth's birthday. It's her it's where the gods has to bring her the news, like what you understand in the allegory of Abraham and his spouse, which is it is only a parable. Okay, people, you have to come to understand that your children don't understand it as literal as what you do. So the game is ultimately changed at this age of the tournament, of the marathon, and it is now where you have to come to terms with, have you healed your inner child? Okay, this is now where you're going to find the symptoms of how deep the wound is, how deep the scar is, how separated you had become. Okay, in this last 5 years, the 6th Ramadan of your lives, as you as human beings do not understand your soul selves, okay, you are only infatuated with the physicalness, and you believe in things that is not true, because it's all illusions, it's all metaphors that exist in your conscious minds, but it has just been strained because of your inner child that was let to be oppressed. You suppressed yourself. You couldn't be yourself. You had to be something else. You gotta simulate. I've gotta be like that. Ek moet my hare straight maak. Ek moet standaard 10 klaar maak. Ek moet university klaar maak. Ek moet geld earn. Everything that you ever learned in this last 30 years of your life was all a blink of a zina, we call it. Okay, you were infatuated with something which was deeply affecting and suppressing your inner child, that child inside of you, people. That's the child that caused you to allow your children to do what they want to, because you were no longer in contact with that inner child. Okay, You must understand, from the last generation to what we did with our next generation is chalk and cheese, people. Okay, we threw them to the wolves here. Okay, and we were not going to get away with murder because our reality, it was our reality was it was it was closed. The chapter of our lives, our conscious yani, cycle was it was promptly closed by COVID. Okay, consciously, people, consciously. Okay, we are out of the physical trap. Okay, those of us that could heal our inner child. It's only your child that's going to go home. It's not your body. It's not your ego. It's that child that you were given. They call him an orphan. They call him Muhammad. They call him Musa. They call him Isa. They call him Dawood. They call him Sulaiman. Each one of us has a particular emblem, a particular code of either of those family members, okay, that goes and ascends when they heal the inner child, okay. That is the child that Allah says, Alam yajidaka yatiman fa'awa wa wajadaka ailan fa'aghna wa wajadaka dhalam fahada. Yani, that's that inner child that you and I, when we were children, we had full access to that child in innocence, inner senses. When you played with a make believe person, a make believe friend, if you had done things in your natural order of your childhood, nobody would pass a comment and that person is mad because that child is pure, that child is innocent. He is busy with his inner senses. Okay, now that's the innocent child. Okay, that child gets suppressed as you reach your adolescence and you reach your adulthood because nou is jy besig, hulle is besig om vir jou koppe aan te sit. Right? Now your ego is expanding and your bank balance is expanding and you're flashing. Okay? But that inner child, that child is being suffocated. That child is being choked. Okay? That's the truth. That is the true link that you actually have with the higher self, with the divine self, and with the divine cosmos and the divine hand. That's the only contact you have. Should you commit suicide on that child, should you leave, should you disconnect, as what many of us had, disconnect from that innocence, inner senses, that inner child, then the wounds that you're suffering with had taken you into the war zone in the last 6 years. The universe has to let you go through a trial. Okay? Look, you are your ego when you had forfeited your inner child. Daai wat so seer is daar binne. Daai seerigheid is hy kind wat daar binne is, wat jy nie kan stil maak nie. Julle wil huil, maar daar's niks trane nie. Julle wil blame vir almal because daai kind wil nie wakker skrik nie. Because plek het julle daai kind self doodgemaak. Okay? Chemicals mos, ego mos, lost track of who you are and where you came from and where you're going to. This is the ordeal, people. This is the story of the tribe. This is where we were intuited by the ancestors. Was het tyd gekom het wat die son gaan af, wat dit Maghrib is, toe moet ons in die huis kom voor die tyd. Julle het nog altyd, ons het nog sommer ons het nog altyd by tyd kan gespeel. In die huis kom min om die kind wakker te maak. Wadduha wal layli idha. Daai is die ayah. Alam nashrah laka sadrak. That's the ayah got to do with you, not a prophet, people. You have been, unfortunately, you've been shortchanged because of not knowing yourselves, having migrated, having, cut yourself away and off from your authentic child inside of you. That is the child Allah speaks to. That child can understand the Quran because that child is always pure. But you and I suppress that child. We oppress that child. We made vis en vleis, you see. Ons wil gekyk het aan die gesig, ons wil nie gekyk het na die hart nie, right? Now we all as a civilization, we are paying a hell of a heavy price here. You would never ever realize if you are conscious. You would not want to witness what you can and what is unfolding in real life. You'll not want to be close to human beings now at this moment in your lives because this is the last 10 days, and on the 29th is the lunar eclipse. Okay, from the 14th until the 29th, whoever has been granted a passport out of that dilemma of not waking up this child in the last 6 years and cleaning your house, your body, getting your things into place, maak die administration reg, let the thing work naturally, man. Okay, let your bodies work for you, let the universe serve you, let Allah know you, and wake up that child inside of you. 6 years went past, 6 Ramadans went past. We made a mockery of Allah when it came to COVID. We said that Allah fell asleep, and then China, the Jinnah came up, and they came up with a plan. You couldn't read your book of life, people. So it means that your children, your child, your inner child was already at that time already gagamaningal, self dood al. Sy het nie geglo daar's 'n kind daar binne nie. Hy gevoelendheid was dood. Okay. Hy gevoelendheid is die enigste lewe wat jy het because that's what die waarheid lewe. Right? So what you are going to now experience in this last 10 days until by the 29th, it should have already been, you should have arrived already, okay? Because it was a 6-year, damn it all, it was a heavy course, people. It was day and night. Billahi Quran. It was the most bitterste, pille in trials wat enige human being kan opgaan. You will never ever want to choose it for your enemy. But this is if Allah chose you. Okay? If you were given the opportunity by the heavens to walk the path of restoration, to appoint your child, your inner child, to heal those wounds, to rectify the wrongs, to clean the smeared windows that you have gone through, your acupunctures of your mind. Okay, we got lost in our minds. We forfeited our authentic identities. Okay, this happened in your lives, people. Don't deny it at this moment in our lives. So if you could heal your infant, your child, your innocence, your child is your innocence, your innocences, okay, that lives above. That is where Allah is. That is where divinity resides. That is where the heart is the only orbit that can allow you into that eternal loop of divinity. Okay, that's akhirah. Now, there are many that has found that in the last 6 years. They found akhirah, they found jannah, they found hisab, they found qiyam. Now, if you are a Muslim, so-called, why didn't you find it? And you then believe in akhirah, you believe in yawm al-qiyamah, you believe in yawm al-hisab, you believe in yawm al-jaza, you believe in yawm al-iqab. It was all here now. On which side of the border were you? Because your beliefs supposed to serve you to heal your inner child, man. You have to speak. The heavens, the Rasul doesn't speak to your ego, speaks to your inner child if your inner child is healed. If the wounds have been nursed. If Ayub had come to upgrade your level of unconsciousness, okay? That is what you were supposed to understand in the evolution of your soul trials, okay? Your mystical, your mystical evolution, your story, your storybook, your book of life. Het julle ouers nie vir julle gesê dis 'n boek wat julle moet lees nie? Het julle mense nie vir julle laat weet van die boekie, die kitab, wat net met jou dinge te doen is nie? Alles in daai boek is net van jou, is van niemand anders nie. Daai boek was geskryf vir jou en jy was weten. Jy het gesê, Bala, yani, aslamna, jy het gesê, jy weet wat aangaan hierso. Jy het gesê, jy is prepared om te kom vir die trial hierso in Disneyland. Okay? You were aware that you were going to go through a simulation. Okay? That the child that you had to protect internally was from the contamination. Okay? You had not to forfeit that authentic child that God, Allah, yani, had given you custody of safeguarding. So that the time you become old, het gaan nie wees 'n punishment vir julle om te maak dat kind wakker nie, man. Nou ons ouers, ons oupas nou, hulle is suffering like crazy. Hulle weet nie om dood te gaan nie. Because hy kind is dood binne. Hy kind het 'n stillbirth. Hy kan nie wakker skrikkie because hulle het verloor hulle self in die proses, broers. Die geloofmense weet nie, hulle kinders ook dood binne in because hulle het die kontak nie. Hulle kan nie sê wat die tyd dit is nie. Hulle kan nie sê wanneer hulle ma vir hulle geroep het huis toe nie. Hulle het hulle self afgesny. Nou hulle was gedisown van hulle moeder. Okay? Hy is die imra'atun ghabira wat Allah van praat. When you forfeit your innocence, your mother nature, your own nature, then you have left your divine purpose. You have forsaken your divine cause, your divine connection, and you will not get the breath of Ibrahim and Ismail and Ishaq. You only live on breath. Remember that it's not your brains, it's the breath. It's your breath wat weggaan. Now your level of the breath that you are attracting, which is your frequency, it's not pushing in where it needs to push in because you are still residing in the death zone. You are unconscious. We couldn't, die gilap en die grana kan nie vir jou wakker geskit het die broers. This is the haq I'm telling you today. And on the 29th of this month, it is the end of the episode of the 6-year trial that allows those who had been chosen, the Mustafas, okay? It's not got to do with religion. It's got to do with those who could preserve their inner child. Those who had the humanity kept inside. For them, the heavens will now expedite their trials and put it into a new order because they've passed. After 6 years, you passed or you failed, people. Okay? You alone know the truth. We don't have to ask you. The heavens has already given you your results. It's just most of us are afraid to exercise or to display our results. That's why we had an interdict against Allah not to show the results. But only the believers can see the results, people. The mu'minun can see who is on the other side, who has not made it into the new order of a new chapter of the divine script of life. Okay? What is your life going to come? What is your next generations? What are the landscapes, Yani? What are the pitfalls that we had to evade so that that child, that innocent child, cannot be haunted and preyed on as their parents had thrown them in the hell. Muslim or non-Muslim were all part of it. They gave them gods they themselves didn't have confidence in. Hulle het blindly gaan glo. Hulle het gaan glo met hulle oë toe. Toe gooi hulle kinders in die Jahannam. Mense, as julle net moet weet wat is in die pak, is nie easy nie. Is nie easy nie. It's only unconscious human beings that takes this easily because die hart is dood, broers. Die kind binne in julle is dood en daarvoor reik dit so as ons toilet toe gaan, die fragrance moet inkom, pille moet gevat word, ons kan nie open bells kry nie, is vrot daar binne. Maar dit is mos donker. Nou die wat ons kan nie sien nie, dink ons glo nie. Maar die lig is in die donkerte, is nie in die buitekant te sien. So in this time now, a new script, a new divine script in reality is being casted by the mother. يعني أتعجبين بأمر الله رحمة الله عليكم رحمة الله رحمة الله رحمة الله وبركاته عليكم أهل البيت إنه حميد مجيد. Your grandchildren that must still come now, your great grandchildren that is already alive but not in your dead conscious, because nothing dies, it just goes into a different time conscious zone. Okay, the eyes is not real, the heart is the truth. But that's what you came to refine, because the child that you came in with the innocence is what you're supposed to take care of. Alam yajidaka yatiman fa'awa. Did you not get all the instruments for you to work with that inner child? Not to be religious, not to be pious, just to be honest. Net siddiqan, kana siddiqan wa nabiyan. Just honest, just authentic honesty, no laws. The natural laws will guide that child, not the man-made laws. Okay? Look, you're getting into a new chapter of the evolution of the matured conscious mind of the universe. Okay, so you're going to expect something better because your enemy is going to inflict the worst in you, the wars and all of that. But because of your child being dead, you cannot hear the trumpets and the invitations and the angels and your mothers, because you are dead. Innaka mayyit wa innahum mayyitun. Okay, the child you could not revive because the wounds you inflicted on that child was deadly. Okay, and that in fact had been contagious because it affected those around you as well as your own children, because the proof is in the pie. All right, as I always say, yani, we are the people of Lut, but we are just yani, in denial and we are lying about it. But it's true. I know that. I know exactly what it is all about. There are many yani, that are the tribe that knows the truth. Truth is, truth is, truth is Allah. And if you think you can manipulate Allah, that is why your child is dead inside of you now today. Okay? You can't change Allah's nature. Okay? And remember, nature does not repeat the same mistake twice. If you're an abortion, there's no way that you can get back into the same new order. You're going to have to pay the price in this case. See to your wounds, people. Your wounds are deep. Your scars are very deep. It's very deep. Your gods are not what you have been thinking they are. You are busy with dead gods because the child is not reaching out to the right God. Your ego is finding a fictional reality. Okay, the real God will only be recognized by your inner child once the healing has been completed. You can't skip the healing process. You can't just think you're going to go dead and everything is going to be well. Jy gaan nog 100 keer terugkom. Wat as hulle sê jy kom elke slag terug na Jahannam toe? Elke slag kullama, every time a skin burns off, another skin. What's the skin? A new version of your denial for faculties. Yani. It's just darkness beyond darkness. You and I are the last generation yani, that had gone into the darkest order of your entire lineage since the beginning of Adam. The earth has never seen this kind of life before. Never, ever, ever. Wallahi. Wallahi. Never, ever. how you brutally kill that child, that innocent child inside of you, is how you send your children into the digital era. Okay, you are so, so unfeeling, because I understand you don't even feel because your child is dead inside. If you are dead inside, you are dead outside, people. You have to create a fictional reality like what you are believing in on the outside now. Because yani, the universe, if she puts the lights off inside, then you have to only park outside. You can't park inside. You have to stay there where you are not welcome, but you have to subscribe to it, and you will become the slave of that gods. Okay, your masters will give you what you deserve in hell, because you feel that you have been fictitiously and fictionally upgraded in your status, but it's just a deception. Okay, so I'm sending off these messages because there's going to be a lot of healing coming in, a lot of natural ways that you're going to find peace, people. You need peace at this moment in time, because it gaan baie hectic and chaotic wees in die Jahannam after the 29th. Okay, if you didn't find an escape route, Allah yastur alayna jamian. Allah give us safe pass. Okay, um it's really you can even see on this Ramadan now. People, if you haven't realized, people gee nie meer koekies vir mekaar nie. Daar is nie meer baraka nie. Die ding is klaar, ons is in die oondal klaar hierso al. Ons wil nie net kom to terms that the baraka was omitted. The age was closed. You were given 6 years to exit. Okay, after 6 years, this is when the najis hits the fan. Allah is fair. Allah is very fair. But Allah can't think about the dead. Allah must think about the new innocent children that is still coming into earth. And those beautiful tribes that our ancestors had dedicated for the service of Allah Ta'ala and the universe, they must have their fair chance. So you must understand who is the cause of your self-destruction and why it was done to you in your own time, in all our lifetime, in this year, in this age. And that Qiyamah came, and many of us ended up on the wrong side of the Sirat. May Allah forgive us all. May Allah give mercy on our parents. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa barik wa sallim. Wassalamun ala al-mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
يا مصطفى كل شيء لله يا نورا من نور الله يا مصطفى كل شيء